I think if you remember, I called out this level like 3 days ago, didn't I? So this is, oops, not that one. So not that one. So if you're joining me, you haven't seen this video, any of my videos in the past, we kind of did it live together, okay? And basically crypto was crashing. It was like, what's going on? What's going on? Going to hell. Crypto's going to hell. What's going on? This was 2 days ago. And then where was it? No, it wasn't that video. It was this one. This is it. So I kind of went deep into the order flow to come up with this level here. See that? I merged, basically what I did was I merged the order flow from exo charts. Let me just have a look. Let's see where it is. Yeah. Yeah, the beginning. There. When I did it at the beginning of the video, I was kind of going deep into it. I was trying to figure out where it could find support because we lost the point of control of the range as seen on TradingView, and for all intents purposes we're thinking, oh my god, where's it going to go, where's it going to find support? And you can have, there's like different places that it could find support, and I finally came out with this level thereabouts 95525. Okay, so that was kind of my area of interest. You see it was dropping, it was falling down, we lost the point of control, and I came out of this level. And so now just looking at the price action, and you comparing it to where it was and where we are now, you see that? So it kind of held, didn't it? It was hard, it wasn't easy. It wasn't an easy ride. It never is. It's not an easy ride when you're coming into a level to test. But as you can see, this level that I kind of called the merge point of control from EXO 12 November held. It held. We took the liquidity, bounced, lost it, held, and we're back up. And so for me, this is a hold. Yeah. Doesn't mean we can't go down to test it one more time. We can always go down to test levels one more time. There's always that possibility of a final test. But I'm feeling quite good about this price action. I'm feeling quite good about the daily chart, to be honest with you. I like these red wicks. I think they're quite good places to buy. Red wicks are good, and you see naturally what's happened is that we've come into this red wick and we've found support. Before the weekend began, I actually posted in my Discord, and it's a newly created Discord, so it's free. It always will be free, so you're all welcome. If you're watching my videos, you're welcome to join. But I actually posted in Discord as the weekend began. I'll show you. I think if this window opens. And everyone's welcome to join. See this? I've scaled back my positions, took a nice profit. I wouldn't mind the BTC wick and the lows to be tested, and then also another flush. I posted that, and I was only talking about leverage, not talking about spot. Okay, I posted that and kind of took it really easy at the weekend. I was really concerned about the high leverage, and I posted that. And so obviously, if you're watching this, you're welcome to join. I've actually pasted the link underneath this video, and it's live video. So this is where you're going to get the kind of the early warning, and also with altcoin dreaming's help and some other people, they're really doing it. There's a lot of interesting stuff here. Everything you could want to know, ever need on your crypto journey. It's all free education. The most important thing is it's free. Everything is free. No one is going to charge you. No one's going to ask you for money ever. Not me. No one. And the whole point is that we learn for free. Everyone learns for free. No more people charging you a fortune trying to learn. We're here to help. We want everyone to succeed, you know, and everyone can succeed, okay, in crypto and trading. And then also there's some really useful stuff here, which he's posted. Useful images, learning zone. It's quite useful. So everyone's welcome to join. And here you're going to get the first view of whether it's my ideas or other people's ideas, and we can have a conversation about the ideas. So going back to the charts, I came up with this merged point of control, and as you can see, it looks like it's holding. It looks like it's holding. And so we're just going to kind of analyze this now and see where the price action is taking us. And so when that when we had that liquidity grab from the top and bottom, this candle here, I actually said that that's the range. Yeah, this is the range. It's likely to test both sides of the range. You never really get a candle like this. It's a spinning top. I call it a wide-bodied doji. You never really get a spinning top without the price testing both sides. Yeah, that's what it does. It's like a liquidity grab from both sides. And then what it does is it tests the equilibrium of the market to see where the buyers and sellers balance out. Okay, so in this case, it went up first, probably because it was heading to the weekend. And then we had a Monday dump and it's come down to test the lows. We're finding support. Okay, we're finding support. And this is looking quite good. A lot of people were calling for lower. And I did have lower in mind. I had 92k as a level to hold if we dropped further, and I marked that out. Basically the value area low, but slightly above. But I don't think lower until we lose levels. I always think let's lose the level first, then let's go lower. Let's not think lower until we lose the level. If we're not losing levels, why go lower? Let's lose the level first. Yeah, let's not panic sell if we're not losing levels. And to lose a level, you have to lose it. You have to confirm it with some kind of back test. Otherwise it's not lost. Yeah, sometimes you can fake out levels without confirmation, so you kind of need a confirmation. So looking at this price action now, you see here as we're going up, you're not claiming a level, you're not reclaiming a level without a back test. You see, that's a back test. It's a back test. You need the back test. Yeah? Back testers are really important because it gives people the confirmation of that support is holding, and it allows people to put their invalidations. Yeah, you put your invalidation underneath support, don't you? So when you see that it's holding, then you can start buying or trading. Yeah, you need an invalidation, otherwise you can't trade. So at the moment it's looking quite good. I'm going to have a look at the order flow. The other thing that I've been looking at is the order flow, and I've been talking about for a while now. I've been talking about this higher time frame bullish divergence forming on the CVD. CVD is market data, market buying and market selling, and ever since we dropped down here, you can see that the CVD has been going down. That's the market selling going down, and you can see that the actual lows are higher. So from this point here to this point here, you can see that the lows are higher. So that's quite an interesting observation. It's hard to trade higher time frame or medium to higher time frame CVD, because eventually what needs to happen is that the selling needs to exhaust. If the selling is getting absorbed by limit orders or by higher time frame buyers, eventually the selling will be extinguished, exhausted, and then the price is going to reverse, and that kind of gives us the clue. And then also on the lower time frames, at certain points you can start seeing bullish CVD. So last night, we're looking at it, you see how the CVD went lower and the price was higher. Yeah, that's bullish CVD. And even now as we're going up, you see how the CVD is lower, the price is higher. And you're looking at the lows, you see even now as we're going up, you can see the CVD is lower, you can see the price is higher. You can also see something which is really interesting, is as the price is going up, you're getting an increasing OI, open interest. That's really healthy. Increasing prices increasing open interest is actually really healthy priced action. Okay, so this is looking quite strong. I think the we could argue that the bottom is in. No one really knows. Yeah, if anyone says, oh, I know, you don't really know. It's a hypothesis, isn't it? We've held some kind of major time frame, higher time frame support level, and the key, that's a good sign, but the key now is to flip the highs back into, you know, to continue the continuation. We need the continuation, otherwise it's just a bounce, and then you don't want to form lower highs back to go right back down to the bottom. You want to continue to attack the highs of this range. So going back to the order flow, let me just have a look at some things. I'm doing this live. I haven't looked at the charts since last night. Last night I had a pretty long live stream, had a 7-hour live stream, so anyone who joined me is probably extremely exhausted, thinking what the hell just happened. We were just watching Bitcoin go mental for 7 hours. Altcoin Dreaming, welcome. CPI in 45 minutes. Yeah, that should be interesting. Just looking at the price action. Okay, we got some single prints below us. That is at around 97k. So if we do get a drop, that's really where we're going to have to find support. That will be the longing zone, 97k. If we do have a volatile drop, that will be the place to buy, 97k in the first instance. And then obviously right now we're trending above the VWAP. We haven't tested it yet, and so I'd like to possibly, if we do go down, we'd like a little test for continuation to the upside. It's actually looking quite impulsive, isn't it? It's looking quite impulsive. Let me also do what I did before. Let me just check the range as well, like I did before, just to make sure, because this was quite handy, wasn't it? So we were able to kind of find the different value area data, just to see if there's any changes here. See, the data is slightly different on XO charts to trading view. I don't know why. I don't really understand why. I don't really care, to be honest with you, because I know it's relevant. So let's just have a look at this and merge all these sessions back to the 12th of November, which is how we entered this range. 5 more. Let's have a 5 more. Set to 12. That's it. And then let's have a look at this. Yeah, there's no changes here. Point of control 95959, value area high 100465. So I think that's probably where we're headed, to 100465. Just pretty straight, easy target, isn't it? Just a shade above 100k. So there's no real, I can't see any changes here. Let's just have a look at these other things now. Yeah, we're getting bullish absorption here, bullish CVD, and we're in the New York session now. We're trending above the point of control of the London session, which was trending above the point of control of the Asia session, and we had single prints down here on the Asia session as the price expanded up in the first instance. That happened in the early hours of 2:30 a.m. All right, so it doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look bearish at all at the moment. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just update my volume levels here on trading view. Let me just kind of see what these brush strokes were, because I can't remember. Nope. That was a possible down move. Hit the 1-to-1 there. Not neatly. Let's get rid of these. Came down to the golden pocket twice off this retracement. held the 50% mark, which was the XO point of control. And we found support at the top of the wick. This is the wick. This is the fib level from the wick. You see here at the top, we found support at the top of the wick, which is the bottom of the body of that spinning top doji, and we found support there. So at the moment, that's quite strong support. I don't know if we're going to go down to 97, but 97 would be the area to find support if we do go down for some kind of liquidity grab before we go up. So CPI is in 40 minutes. We have to see how the prices react with the CPI. I think with the bullish divergence that I'm still seeing, it's possible that I don't know. I don't really know, to be honest with you. I can't really tell. Let's just do this Trump pump volume as well. Just the volume from the Trump pump, which is from the 4th of November. And so you can see now we're trying to get above the Trump pump point of control. This is actually quite a strong sign. Rude Soup Cap, welcome, nice to see you. This is actually quite a strong sign, because look, if you look at this, we've rejected once, twice, and now we're above it. So this point of control is no longer holding the price down as resistance. The price is just going up through the point of control. The point of control is not offering any resistance anymore. And I've got two value area highs above us. I've got this merged value area high from the exit from the market data, and then I've got the Trump pump value area high, which is correct. Let me just adjust this value area low, get rid of this. So actually what I would like to see now, what I'd like to see, and this is the thing, we don't know how the CPI can be quite volatile for the price, and sometimes you can get a little bit of a liquidity grab, a little shakeout before it actually goes in the direction that it wants to. I think it's more likely than not we're heading up, but I think it's also possible to go down and up, to go down and up. Eventually, I think what I want to see is I want to see this Trump pump point of control offer support for continuation. Like, I do want to see that. So until I see that, I'm not going to be content with continuation. Like, it's really important to see these back tests of these SR flips when they happen. Otherwise, you could lose the level, and without seeing a back test, you don't know if that's support. You just don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's anyone's guess really, but I mean, I think right now we're trending up. Looking at the daily candle, higher lows here, we're getting quite a bullish reaction now on today's price action. We're at the previous day high. I think today's daily candle will be telling, do we push higher and just completely reverse 2 days ago volume and head to the highs there? That's going to be really bullish. You have a really nice bullish reversal here, and you're going to squeeze a lot of shorts if that happens. Maybe some people are still a lot of people are sitting in shorts here, thinking, okay, this is going to just continue going down, this is just a pullback. But actually we're seeing kind of signs of strength, so that's kind of what we need. We need a bit of a short squeeze to take us higher. Yeah, let me see what else I'm looking at. So I mean, I think this is a V-shaped recovery, isn't it? A little bit of a V-shape, somewhat of a V-shaped recovery here. Where is the V? Here, isn't it? Because that put in a little bit of a higher high there. Got a little bit of a V-shaped recovery there. I'm not expecting it to go down again to be like that. I mean, it could, but I think maybe the limit for me is about 97k. If we do go down to come back up, that's kind of what I would think I'll be looking for if we go down. And actually, I wouldn't mind if we just go flat. Just go flat, and then higher up, we've got some levels that we have to beat to get to higher prices, and we just have to see how the price behaves as we go higher. This is a really big area, this golden pocket. we lost it. Didn't really effectively lose it in a nice manner. So I think it's possible we just go through it, and then what you want to do to continue to go up is you kind of want to flip this area, this whole area, into support for continuation. If you start seeing this area flipping into support and the price trending higher, then it's likely that we're just going to squeeze up, push right up, and get to squeeze right up into the highs. There's a big kind of area of resistance here at about just a shade above 100k, because you've got some single prints from when we dropped. So if I go back to the order flow, I'll show you, and it might be worth noting these, because if people are like trading and they want to take a little bit of profit, where are they? Let me find them. I think we hit them actually. I think we hit them. Yeah, we hit them there. Let me just zoom in a little bit, because maybe it'll show differently on a lower time frame. Yeah, we have a few single prints here. Basically gaps in the market, just a shade above 100k at 100k, $100,770. You see that? Here, 100,770. So there's a little bit of resistance there with some gaps. So we have to clear those, and maybe we'll get a reaction somewhere there. And then whatever happens to go up, we have to flip the value area high. And this is what needs to happen. We need to flip the value area highs into support. You flip the value area highs into support, this whole value area becomes your support level, and then the price can trend into price, continue trending into price discovery. It's really what's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen today. I don't know if it's going to happen tomorrow. But at the moment, this is looking like a stronghold. We had a massive liquidation, two massive liquidation events. One was last week. One was this week on Monday. And if you can see, we're putting higher lows. So when you get these kind of two massive liquidation events, when you get a massive liquidation flush on all of your altcoins, and Bitcoin is still holding for higher lows, then that can only mean one thing. It means we're going up. And the other, I mean, that's the hypothesis, isn't it? That's what we're trying to decide. What's happening. I was looking today on X, and I saw Michael, who I do follow, post something. Let me just see if I can find it. Michael, what's his name again? Michael. Good afternoon, Alihash. Michael Vanderpop. He said Bitcoin is literally mimicking price action from last December. So it's quite interesting, because he's always been calling for deep corrections, this guy, and they're not coming. And he's like thinking, shit, what's going on? He keeps on calling for these deep corrections, this Michael Vanderpop. He's not a bad guy, you know. He's everyone's got their own point of view. He keeps on calling for deep corrections, you know, deep corrections, and his targets are missing. His targets are missing. So it's just bullish, if you've got these kind of targets. Look, December the 10th. Look, he's looking. Look where he's calling for. That's his zone, and it's missing. He's missing his target. He's like the sweet spot for entries. But what happens when you miss your sweet spot? Yeah. I mean, you could hit, but at the moment you've got such crazy liquidations. It's just not going down. The price is just not going down. So what do you do? Okay, how many more liquidations are there in the market? Liquidations are massive market sell orders, and they push the price down. And when you're getting so much market selling and the price just doesn't go down, it's actually putting higher lows. You can't be bearish, yeah. And so this guy's calling for lower, and God bless him. Like, his followers are like, he's got a lot of followers. He's got 750,000 followers are going, okay, I'm just wait for lower. And actually it's not going down. Okay, and so these people who are waiting could end up FOMOing higher, because the reality is you have to look at the charts, and the charts are telling you something slightly different to what you're expecting. And that usually means that usually makes it more bullish. Well, if you're expecting lower and it doesn't go lower, then it's usually more bullish than you think, and vice versa. And so he's saying it's mimicking the price action last. I think I've been saying for a while now, I think it's mimicking the price action from the last bull market. Yeah, not just last December. I'm not looking at last December and going, oh my God, we're getting a carbon copy of last December. I've been saying for a while now that it looks like we're mimicking the price action from the exact same time 4 years ago. Okay, so I've talked about this when we kind of broke out the highs here, and basically this is where we are. This is where we are here. Flush, flush, up, 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 and away. That's kind of what I'm seeing. And if you look at the timings, look at it. 11th of December. We're on the 11th of December now. 12th of December, up, 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 and away. That was the weekend after the two flushes. These are two big flushes on Bitcoin before it went expanded to the upside. This is slightly different because it put in a V-shaped recovery. So I was initially saying maybe we're going to do something exactly the same. We haven't done something exactly the same, but these big dips are similar. These big flushes are similar. You see these wicks? They're kind of not as big as obviously as before, because now the interest is significantly higher and the volume is much higher. So it's a very muted price action compared to what we're experiencing now. But the timings are on point, because this all happened after the key breakout. You had this kind of impulsive move. It went up like 37% after the breakout. And, you know, when you're looking at the price action here, that was the breakout, wasn't it? Oh, can't even draw a straight line. Oh, that's definitely not a straight line. That's more of a straight line. 34%, very similar, huh? Very similar. Flush, flush, maybe another flush, maybe a few flushes here. I don't even know if that was a flush. Maybe that was the big flush. And so naturally, I think if we just go up and up and up, and we're just going to go up and away, I think that would make, for me, that would look correct. The way this price is forming now, it's kind of like this, isn't it? It's kind of like this. And all you have to do is break the top, and this is what it's going to look like. Okay, and you're just rolling into higher prices, and you're going to get a little kind of an all season pump at the same time. And that's kind of what we're expecting. That's kind of what we're expecting, because that's what it looks like on Bitcoin dominance. So I'm not saying this is going to happen, but for me, it's looking very similar to 4 years ago. And so if you want to kind of look at last December and look at his theory about last December, it's like he could be right. Well, not really. He's not right at all. Look, this is last year's December, and it just kind of went sideways, isn't it? So last December, if it happens last December, then we're going to be stuck in this extended flat, because after you peaked out here, you went down, 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 up, and then you had this extended flat. You had a big drop at the beginning of January. Basically, it pumped in January and then it dropped. Okay, so it's actually not looking like, I don't think it's looking like last December at all, to be honest with you. So I kind of disagree with Michael van der Pop, but we'll see. You know, I do possibly think we do get a January pullback, but I'd like to see us expand in December right to the end. And if you go back, and I don't know, I mean, it's just all speculation. If you go back to last bull market, look how far it expanded in December, and then the beginning of January it pumped, and then that's when you got the pullback. You see that? So it kind of pumped for a week in Jan, and then kind of similar, that's when you got the pullback. And when you compare it to last year at the same period of time when we had this extended flat, it was here, wasn't it? It didn't really go up crazy, did it? Bitcoin kind of went sideways. Then you had a little kind of first week of Jan, it pumped, and then after the first week it kind of topped out and then dumped all the way for the next 2 weeks. So I do expect something similar in January. For some reason, I do expect, it's happened before a few times, and the market likes to rhyme, it likes to rhythm, it likes to repeat itself in terms of the way the price moves. So I am kind of thinking to myself, we have to see. I'm thinking more like this at the moment, and we're here because we've just broken out of a previous all-time high. We've moved 34%, which is similar to this. We've had a couple of liquidations. This is a couple of liquidations, and the proof is going to be in the eating of the pudding. If we have a nice clean smash through, this was a weekday, so I don't know if it's going to happen on the weekend. I can't tell you exactly how and when it's going to happen. We get a clean smash through, then we're just going to rally. December, no, just look at that. It just goes up and up and up. Yeah. So actually that's what we're looking for here. We're looking to see if we get a clean smash through this high. We get a clean break. That's what we're looking for. If not, then maybe if we're going a bit more sideways, it'll be more like this. This is still good for our altcoins. I think actually this is going to be better. This is going to be better for our altcoins. This is going to be better for all our coins. This kind of price action. Everything's just going to go up and up and up and up. The leverage just been flushed out. The leverage is clean across the market. So that's a good place to be, with two big liquidation events in 2 weeks. Look at it. It's bullish. It's bullish. Look, greens. Can you see greens? Look. OKX, most of it's bullish. Look, OKX is saying up. OKX is telling us up. Binance and some of these saying up. Let's go up. Let's go up. You know, let's go up. What's Bybit saying? Bybit is neutral on most of these tokens, except some of them. It's up. You see, it's all green now though. See the difference. The vibe is very different, isn't it? Like before, we were looking at red. You got to take notice. But now we're looking at greens, and we're feeling good about going up now. So the market makers want us to go up, and this is really bullish. This is bullish. This is bullish. You can't ignore this. Yeah. Solana, look, Solana. OKX is saying up. Bitcoin OKX is saying up. OKX is a big one. They're saying up. Bybit at the moment is neutral. Bybit, they're a bit greedy here. They're a bit stingy. They don't like to pay people. They like to take money from people. That's what I noticed. That it's hardly bullish on Bybit. They just want to take money from people. But here, OKX wants us to go up. All right, so that's that. Yeah, so let's just get through the CPI. And then it's in about 40 minutes. Let's see what happens. I think if I wasn't seeing bullish CVD divergence, I'd be worried. But because we continue seeing that, I'm really confident for the price to go up. You've got a little bit of a double bottom here. And let's go up now. Let's take those highs. Let's smash through that by the weekend, and let's have a pump to take us to the ages. Kind of what I'm hoping for, to be honest with you. And let's see. If it doesn't happen, we'll see. Okay, we'll have to keep an eye on it. That's my BTC update. It's a lot merrier from the last 2 days. We're like, what's going to happen? Where are we going to find the support? And I think you guys will. I mean, look, no one really knows until it happens. But really, this was the area, wasn't it? We were kind of aiming for this area. It's not an. See, this is not an "I told you so." I have no idea. This is the truth. It's just an area of interest, and you have to gauge the reaction. It's really this. If anyone says "I told you so," I knew it was coming, I predicted the future, that's rubbish. Yeah, it's an area of interest because of confluence, which we gather together through analytical tools, and then we see what happens at that area. Yeah, so you have this area mapped out at around 95k, wherever I had this. And it's just like when you look at other people, they say they always post these videos. I might do it sometimes. It's more of a clickbait than anything else. I didn't really know. Yeah, I didn't know that this was going to hold. I saw that it was holding initially, but I saw that it was overshooting. I saw the second time it was holding, and the third time we lost it. But then we couldn't take out the low, and then the next time I saw that actually we are holding it. See, so for me now that's the reaction. This is the reaction. Wasn't there, it was all of this. This is the reaction you're looking for. You're just trying to see what the price does at your area of interest. Yeah, once you see that your area of interest is actually holding the price, that gives traders the confidence that maybe the bottom is in, and you need to take the highs. And so when you take the highs after you put this in, then now people are thinking, okay, let me start longing again, let me look for entries, let me start accumulating longs, let me start scaling into my longs again. I think most people will do it on spot. Leverage traders will try and catch the edges. Yeah, they'll try and catch the edges. It's a very different method, leverage trading, because you can only risk a very small percentage of your portfolio to leverage trade. Yeah, it's very different. I mean, a lot of people who are just spot buying, these are the areas to spot buy. You just spot buy. You're not really too worried because you're a bit more of a higher time frame trader. You buy and hodl for a higher time frame. And I'm not high leverage trading, catching the edges. Some some really great traders out there who do that, and you have to be quite focused to do that. You have to be really on the ball, and you've got to be looking at like the 1 minute chart, looking at the C. You've got to really be gauging the price action and the order flow to be able to do that effectively, because you're leveraging quite high, and you have very tight invalidations. Yeah, and then you have to have guts of steel, and the only way you can overcome that, manage that, is with your risk management. Otherwise you won't be able to deal with the emotional you could go for it. You could go for it, small invalidation, that's your trade plan, and then you could be up X amount, like already you'd be up 10x whatever in that move if you entered low, but you have to wait for the entry. Yeah, but we're not really, I think most of the people who are buying and selling aren't doing that. They're just buying and selling spot. So that's my kind of Bitcoin update today. Let me have a look at if BTC. I can't really tell, to be honest with you, because I do think we're possibly forming a inverse head and shoulders pattern here. Yeah, I'm not really seeing much respect for the volume, and so I do wonder if we just go straight up now, if we find some kind of support here, or does ETH BTC go down a little bit now, because if BTC wants to pump first to get to higher prices. It's coming down to the 382 of this fib retracement. I'm not seeing perfect respect, okay, which I would normally like to see. I do wonder if we get one more like that, just kind of give BTC the strength it needs to go up, with a little kind of flow into BTC, and then we can actually get out of here for some kind of inverse head and shoulders breakout to take us into continue with the alt season. I am wondering if that's what's going to happen. We haven't actually taken out that high there, but if you look at this daily time frame, that really wasn't necessary, because what we've actually done is put in a lower low, lower high, lower low, and then we've put in higher highs and higher lows here. Okay, when the price came down here, did it take out the low? It's quite subjective, isn't it? It's hard to see. It looks like we might have held it, but by a millimeter, it also looks like we've taken it. So it's a tricky one. I'm not sure. Arguably, we have taken out the low, because that's the low there after taking out the high. But it's by a fraction. You might think to yourself, maybe we haven't. I don't know. Okay, but I don't know if I don't mind if we just go down here, bounce, and just head right up, and maybe that's what's going to happen. Either way, I do think ETH BTC is trying to bottom out, and once BTC starts to rally again, this is going to just go straight up. I think that kind of corresponds with BTC dominance. So we've come back to find resistance on this lost golden pocket, and you see that's perfect respect of the golden pocket that I have in the higher time frame. We can kind of get right back down to the lows of this previous 3-day candle. Then I think we're just gonna basically drop. Basically, that's what I think. If the BTC dominance can get back underneath there, somewhere there, then this is just going to drop down like a ton of brick, like a stack of bricks in the ocean. Yeah, it won't hold because there's no support. That's the thing. What you have to understand about Bitcoin dominance is we've lost support. Yeah, the support was all of this on the pushing the way up. Every single time it was pulling back to support to go up. The liquidity was just pushing it. We've lost it. So I don't see support here. The pullbacks aren't coming. It's just coming back to backtest resistance before it continues. And so in the same way that we were kind of going up, you could end up, with volatile like this, like you could end up with the same kind of price action if it wants to do that. My back button has gone berserk again. Let me just reload it. So let's just see how that plays out. Let's have a look at MicroStrategy. I've got some spread bets on MicroStrategy to go up, so I obviously want to just keep an eye on that. I am taking profit on MicroStrategy. I don't because spread bet's quite volatile. Spread betting. I probably should hodl for higher, but I'm not. It's because it's all like a spread bet. It's looking quite good at the moment. Back above this golden pocket. Possibly this correction ended, possibly, for a WXY. And then we just need to kind of get back above the MicroStrategy point of control. That's going to be a real sign of strength, isn't it? If MicroStrategy can get above the point of control here. It hasn't even gone down to the value area low, to the 618. So this is interesting because we could slowly go up to resistance and reject. But then we need to hold support here if we're flipping this golden pocket back into support after we've lost it. Then we need to kind of go up like that. Yeah, so a bit choppy, possibly a bit choppy here before we can actually get back above there. It is possible this is over for this kind of corrective move. If you're forming higher lows here, that would correspond to the idea of higher lows. Yeah, just come back down to the top of this wick, find support and go up. Doesn't have to go all the way down to your target if it's bullish. If you've got bullish absorption, I like the CCI. I like the bounce here on the 4-hour time frame. I like on the 1 hour. We've got a little ghost here, little ghost, little inverted ghost here. 2 small arms and a big head. That's a reversal pattern on the Woody's CCI patterns. The daily's still trending down, so that has to reverse, but that takes a little bit of time. Looking at this is all still trending down. So we might be in a bit of a chop zone here for a while until we can figure out what's going on. The weekly's coming into support, so that's something to bear in mind. Okay, so CCI is it's my kind of, my interest really. Let me have a look at some other things here just to kind of have an overview. This is the one that I'm really interested in, this total market cap excluding ETH and BTC. So we've got this 1-to-1 level that I marked out from before. That's from this pivot to this high to this low. That's the 1-to-1. And if you look at the current price action, this is the purple horizontal line here. If you look at the current price action, look at that. That's a perfect hold. That's a perfect back test and hold, isn't it? Well, not really perfect because it overshot it by a fraction, but in the scale of wicks, as wicks go, it's not too bad. It's not too shabby. You've got a bit of an SR flip. Oh my god, my mouse is still playing up. You've got a bit of an SR flip going on there. Now we have to go up and take the highs, and you'll end up with exactly what happened here. No, SR flip and go up. That's what we want to see. You have the same thing here, SR flip and up. So you've got these kind of SR flips that are playing out on the price action. SR flip, SR flip, SR flip. This is a big one because it's a back test of the 1-to-1 on the extended fib extension. Yeah. So it is possible to go up and test it again. One more time. It is possible to go up here, find resistance there, to come back down for another test, to go up. I'm not saying it's just we're just going to go up in a straight line. We don't know. That's the thing. No one really knows. Yeah. So these are possibilities. But really, now that we can see this support holding, it has to hold. Yeah. So if we do come for a test, we have to hold. And if we don't come, then we don't come. It's not a big deal. Then you end up with another V-shaped recovery. And then you're just going, if you go up, you could go higher. This trend, this continues, this trend, that was the shakeout, but actually it was a higher time frame SR flip, and you just continue going up. Yeah. Then you have to SR flip the highs, and then you're heading higher. You're just going to rally higher like that. Okay. So we have to see how this plays out. And naturally, now that we've found support, we have to hold the support. If we go down for another test, we don't want to lose that support. And now we have our line in the sand, because you can see this fib is holding. You don't want to go up, lose it, back test, and then this is going to look terrible, isn't it? It's going to look ugly. You don't want to lose it with a back test for a flip. And then that's going to be problematic for altcoins if that happens, because then that will look like a double top and you've lost your key neckline. Yeah. So you don't want that to happen. So we have to keep an eye out for these things as and when they're happening, just to make sure they don't happen, because that's gonna change everything.